So the last one is the mother lode of questions or things that I like to think about, and that is the relationship of entrepreneurship to ethics. You know, I said earlier that it's been a real joy and something that I feel so blessed I've had a chance to hang out here at this place, this time, over the last 10 years. And saw the greed, the abject greed just grip the place in the last part of the 90s, and then see fear grip the place, you know, starting with 2000, 2001, and now see us come back to sort of steady state. What role did ethics play in entrepreneurship during this period, and what shall that happen? It's been a big interest of mine. And I want to get this right. You know, it got ugly. I didn't need to look down there. It got very, very ugly. We had things like Enron happen, and it really did put a damper on the whole idea. So, okay, all entrepreneurs, promoters, are they all bad? No, bad behavior is just bad, period. You know, and first of all, statistically, it was a small group of people. But bad behavior is bad, period, at any time during periods of expansion, recession, and it will be found out. It always is found out. I mean, I'm not an ethics professor. I'm just know this in terms of studying entrepreneurial situations in high tech. It usually is found out. It almost always is found out because of transparency. You know, failure is okay, and this is where I love it when we get some people who are trying to share a little bit of wisdom in here. And I don't like to. I'm not going to get up on the stage and and say, be ethical and so forth. All I'm going to say is failure is okay. I've had plenty of it in my life. And thank God my moral compass, for one reason or another, God rest my mom and dad or something, was pointing in the right direction. So I didn't take the wrong turn. I said, okay, failure's okay. I know that's not the case in every culture in the world, but at least here it is. And character just matters. At the end of the day, character matters. And reputations matter. And certainly, Symantec was a huge hit. Slate was a terrible failure. And it was psychologically hard to get over with after having been such a success at Symantec. But it certainly taught me that by keeping my moral compass pointing in the right direction, things were going to be okay. So who would you rather be? You know, Enron, and there's their stock price in the 2001, going way up, all built on stilts, and then came crashing down and is now, the legend and lore. Would you be folks that we've gotten to know around here and that we can be very, very proud of, whether it's Genentech, which came out of Stanford and UCSF technology and is the most admired company in the United States, if not the world, or how about recently, Google and Yahoo? Have they done, I don't know what their market caps are combined, but it's got to dwarf, most of the other tech companies. And so financially, they've done great, but it was never about financial gain for them. Anytime you see Jerry and David speak from Yahoo, or Sergey and Larry speak from Google, it never was about financial gain. It was about changing the world, making meaning, all those kinds of things you hear people in here.